Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload, and today it is a game between soO and INnoVation on Sky Garden. In the leftish side of the map, we have the blue Terran player. His name is INnoVation. And in the top rightish corner of the map, it is the red Zerg player. His name is soO. This is a very, very high level ZVT that I acquired through LOTV, twitch.tv/Wardy, W-A-R-D-I-I, link in the description. Please follow that channel and subscribe. He does a lot of great tournaments, and he sent me this replay, so go support him as well. Okay. Woo! This is the highest level ZVT I've cast in a long time. Very, very excited about this, you guys. Sky Garden is not a current ladder map, but it's pretty nice. It's a jungle tile set. These plants are kind of underwater. There's a pine tree that's standing in water. There's a power thing that's standing in water. This is, okay, this is kind of a weird tile set. Anyway, it is a hatch first out of soO into extractor, into pool from the Zerg player, sending these overlords out. This is a pretty big map. Look how big this map is. Brrr, brrr. Gotta go all the way. I mean, this is gonna set up for some crazy macro style shenanigans, that's for sure. One gas from INnoVation, and he does have the Reaper on the way for the one Rax expand. Next up, it's gonna be the expand portion of that process, and here we go. Yeah, there it is, 400 minerals. This Reaper's name is Jigsaw. John Kramer, aka Jigsaw, supposedly died during the events of the movie Saw 3. This, however, is not the case. Realizing his psychotic behavior and his tendencies for exacting justice, the Terran Dominion took his lifeless body and brought him back with combat drugs. Now, encased in a Reaper suit. Oh, where's my follow? There it is. Jigsaw is back, and he once again can ask, do you want to play a game? And yes, I believe soO does want to play a game, Jigsaw. He's into it. Scouting, I mean, completely the wrong direction here, but he's pretty much scraw-spawned anyway. No matter which way this Reaper decided to go, it would take him forever to find the Zerg player. Again, this map is huge. This is just a really, really big map. So soO's going to benefit from that for sure. The Reaper's not going to be able to get anything done by the time he shows up to start trying to kill stuff. And meanwhile, back in Terran land, we've got a factory. We've got a second gas just now finishing up. And if I know INnoVation, it's going to be Bio. That's the guy. This might be the best Terran player on planet Earth right now, you guys. INnoVation right here. I did see a thread on Reddit that said the win rates for Terran are kind of single-handedly being kept afloat in JSL by INnoVation right now. Like, his win percentage is a full 10+ percentage points higher than anybody else in all matchups. So INnoVation's the guy. soO, on the other hand, is kind of sad, but his most well-known feature is that he takes second place in major tournaments. Which, you know what? I mean, there's worse things, right? You could just be not known for anything. You could never, ever even come close to finishing second in any tournaments, and that's probably worse. But man, he just wants to get first place once. You know what I mean? Jigsaw in here, trying to pick off a drone or two. Doesn't quite get it. Ling's chasing my way down to where this third base is coming up from soO, just to the left of the natural from the Zerg player. Hellions are out, and they are spiky Mad Max Hellions, that's for sure. Man, you don't want to try to knock that guy off the road. He will stab you in the tires with spikes. Yep, Speed Overlord in here for soO, going for that scouting information. Viking being constructed by INnoVation. He wants to shoot this Overlord right out of the sky, if at all possible. And I don't know, this Overlord might not stick around long enough to allow that to happen. So pretty good scout. I love this. This fast Overlord stuff, this quick Overlord speed is pretty handy for a scout and a Terran player. Otherwise, slow Overlords can die very quickly by the time they get inside the base. Lings just usually can't bypass walls. And if there are 4 Hellions here, it's even harder. Look at the spikes on the front. Dang, that guy comes up behind you, you let him pass. You move right over, you let him pass you, because if he rams you from behind, you're going to die, is what's going to happen. Meanwhile, third base just about to pop here for soO. Very nice to have that 3-base economy, and so far he's effectively been left alone. He's getting a Baneling Nest, which is traditional for Zergs against Terran. More often than not, I would say. Does have a Spore Crawler up at each of his 2 mineral lines. His third base doesn't have one yet, but there's no drones to protect. So there's no reason for that quite at this stage of the game. Still no lair timing, though. He's trying to hold this off with Lings and Banes. Not teching up to anything quite yet, because there are 4 Hellions, which soO fully scouted. Lings and Queens doing this pretty well. Got Jigsaw in the mix, too. Hellions getting picked off very nicely, though. Excellent hold there by soO, making sure that INnoVation couldn't even really get inside. Although, Nope. No, INnoVation not going to go on that creep too far. Okay, never mind. Maybe he is. He's going on the creep too far, you guys. And he got killed. Wow. I don't know if that was worth it. That was 4 Hellions and Jigsaw in exchange for 5 Lings. 5 Zerglings. So far, I'd say soO looking all right. It's looking okay here today. Queen's trying to save the Speed Overlord's life. Gonna do it. Anti-air on a Queen is pretty scary stuff if you happen to be a Viking or really anything in the sky. I guess not too scary if you're a battle cruiser. They have a lot of HP. Takes a lot of hits from a Queen to take one of those things down. Lair on the way from soO. INnoVation, on the other hand, is just working on a lot of Marines, working on a 3rd base, upgrading to an orbital command at his front door, walling and preparing to take a 3rd too. +1/+1 for the bio for INnoVation, and same thought over here from soO, getting his evolution chambers up and ready to go. And here comes a drop. It is a 5 and a almost basically a 6-minute drop here. Just Marines in these medevacs, and I'm fairly sure soO knows this is coming. He's spreading the creep out this left sideway where the drop is going to come. He's got 4 Queens sitting at this 3rd base. He's got a bunch of Lings he can bring over at a moment's notice because everything is connected by creep. And so far, soO has this thing set up and ready to go. Here come the Marines from INnoVation, and stimming forward, picking up a couple of the creep tumors is a nice job, but that does let soO know what is coming. Pulls all the drones. The Queen's trying to do this, but the Marines do not care. Transfuse is trying to keep him alive. 1, 2, 3 Queens are down. Banelings getting target fired before they can actually finish, and does drop one at the last second to finish off one of the Banelings. That was a lot of dead Banes. These Marines are still alive, but like I said, Queens, and once the Lings show up, that's kind of the end of days for this drop. Did one of the medevacs actually get killed in all the chaos? It certainly did. Another medevac limps home with less than 50% health. What was this? Viking trying to fly around and get stuff done, but again, Spore Crawler positioning pretty great from soO. Macro Hatch, it's about to finish inside the main base for the Zerg player too, and the Spire, during all that, got a Spire starting construction here. About 80% complete with +1/+1 for the Lings and Banes and Ultras, if there happen to be any later on the way here. All right, 3rd base landed for INnoVation. Happily mining from that, and in response, a 4th base started for soO at this gold base location, just down the ramp from where his main base is, but protected by some debris if you want to get there quickly. So that's why these Lings are knocking that thing down to allow quick access to defend that 4th base. Bit of a skirmish here at the center of Xel'Naga Watchtower. There are 2 Xel'Naga Watchtowers. No, 4 actually. One's in the top left and bottom right corners, and then 2 kind of in the middle of the map. Kind of like that spread. Another attack from INnoVation going to come from this top left and crushing through here, killing more creep tumors, but that does give time for the Lings to show up. And these Lings almost have +1 attack and almost have +1 ground carapace. Very, very close, and now it is done. And now they are a lot scarier. And are those Mutalisks? What is happening? War Chest Mutalisks look kind of flimsy, you guys. I mean, not that Mutalisks look particularly beefy at the best of times, but these guys look extra skinny, like they've been working out. And there's holes in their wings? Are they undead? Are they undead mutas? I don't like these at all. I don't like this design choice, but apparently soO does. So we'll let him do it. We'll let him have that one. Marines pushing up for INnoVation. He has +1/+1 on his guys too, which is awesome. Again, Marines benefit immensely from upgrades. If you get a lot of Marines, you're not upgrading them. You're doing it completely wrong. Infestation Pit, just about done here for soO. Likely going to go for a Hive Tech, allow him to get +3/+3 for his Marines, for his Zerglings, and his Banelings. So it's Ling Bling Muta right now from soO. 153 to 155 total supply. soO does have a 8 worker lead, 76 to 69. Well, it changed a little bit there since I started talking, but you know how it is. These mutas are freaking me out. They look bigger, but zombier, I guess. Is that a thing you can say? Probably not. Some changelings getting scouted by INnoVation immediately. soO trying to sneak on in there, but not really going to happen. Dude, the mutas could probably do some damage here inside the main base. There are exactly 2 Marines here, and I guess a Thor, which is more of a problem if you'd happen to be trying to harass. Single Marine does scout this 4th base of soO, gets murdered, but does report back home to High Command exactly what's going on here for soO. Hive, about 50% complete from soO. Both players, I don't know. INnoVation kind of trying to poke around and do stuff, but once again, if he leaves home, it's so far to go back. He can't recall. He can't walk very quickly. So he just wants to be able to move out once he feels secure in what he's got here. And I don't know, this main base has a missile turret and a couple Marines in it. I just feel like soO could get some damage done if he wanted to. Trying to land a 4th base. Lings trying to delay this. Does this Ling have burrow? It does not. Nobody has the burrow, but burrow is being researched right now, just not soon enough for the situation. Marines catching soO by surprise a little bit here down at the south part of the map. Does chase soO away, picking off some banelings here too. As the banelings are not on creep, they're a little bit slower than stimmed Marines, and any baneling you can kill as INnoVation here is going to be good for you, that's for sure. So back to the safety of creep, and the banelings get a lot faster. Creep spreading down to the south. Creep spread just looking beautiful. Just gorgeous from soO. Very, very excited by that. Is this still not dead? How? Oh, this is a different set of rocks. Okay, that set of rocks is gone. New set of rocks getting killed by soO. He wants to be able to run around everywhere in this top right-hand corner of the map. He doesn't want anything to be restricted. Restriction is good for the Terran player, good for INnoVation, and bad for soO. So both players are maxed out at the 10-minute mark. If you're not maxed out at the 10-minute mark, you need to up your game. That Ultralisk Cavern just popped. Ultralisk Cavern, eh? Yep, chitinous plating, adrenal glands on the way. And Lings and Banelings and Mutas coming right on into this giant army of tanks and Marines and Thors. Trying to magic box the Thor. Banelings coming from the right side here too. Pretty good target firing, but good hits. Regardless, this Thor is going to die. Surrounded by little stuff and getting hit from the overhead. And INnoVation forced to retreat from this location, pulling back to his planetary fortress. Are there enough Banelings to take this thing down? They are going to finish it off. They do finish off the planetary fortress. Missile turret causing major problems for the Mutas. Lings and Banes trying to make sure this doesn't happen. The Banelings are going to get a nice hit. The SCV's pulling out just in time. Missile turret is dead, but all the SCVs do manage to live here. So fourth base killed. soO lost a lot of stuff to make it happen, but killing a base is always very, very nice. Fifth base for INnoVation. Just about done here, too, at this goal just south of where the fourth used to be. And it looks like there was a tiny drop up here, but it got cleaned up pretty easily by soO. I don't see any results of the damage there. Do we? How many drones have been killed in this game? One? Yeah. Yep. Double expanding down the right side is soO for his fifth and his sixth bases. He's already done expanding. What am I talking about? He was expanding while attacking because this is soO. We're talking about, are those Ultralisks? Are those War Chest Ultralisks I'm seeing up there in the production tab? They are. Let's see how weird they look. I'm ready. Bring it. Extra horns, I guess. Kind of a little bit more spiky. That's not too weird. Not too weird. Still look big and beefy. That's what I like. Big and beefy units. There aren't many of them for Zerg, but the ones that are beefy should look beefy. Beef. It's what's for dinner. Is that Sam Elliott who used to do those commercials? It probably was. Liberator production on the way for INnoVation. He's got to have something to deal with the Ultralisks, and Liberators are good. Ghosts are pretty good. Tanks, also not a bad answer, but if you just have Marines, maybe not as wonderful as you would expect. Small drop from INnoVation. This is a giant map. It takes so long to get anywhere, which is good for me. It's easier for me to catch stuff that's going on, but bad for these players. Banelings crashing into some Marauders at the front. So many Zerglings. That Thor's going to die. This tank. Oh, no. The Thor gets picked up at the last second. Doesn't get picked off by the Mutalisks. It does. Lands the Thor just the last second. It doesn't get killed anyway, but that's all right. Big time attack with Thors and Zerglings in here. The Ultras at the front. The Thors are trying to tank the damage, but the Marines are doing so little damage to those guys. They are a +3/+3, but it doesn't really matter. Bit of a drop here at soO's fifth base along the right side. Does force the drones to run away and kills a super big number 2 of them. That's a lot of Lings that just popped out for soO. How many does he actually have? The answer is 50. 50 Zerglings with 23 more in the way. Corruptor's out for soO. I love Corruptor. I love Corruptor against Terran, especially if they're dropping like this. It's a really good way to pick off medevacs. Marines are pretty good against Mutas, but not as good against Corruptors, especially in smaller numbers. Burrowed Zergling here, trying to prevent INnoVation's ability to take a 6th base. He's got his 4th base back. I think he might have lifted. Yeah, he lifted from his main to replace that 4th base because it's not a planetary fortress. His 5th base is a planetary fortress, and he's trying to expand down here. But again, Burrowed Ling, making sure that doesn't happen, at least not right now. soO's Lings all over the map, trying to see what they can see. Zerglings from soO trying to sneak around this backside. This isn't a path, is it? Kind of looks like maybe you can run across these things, but no, definitely not. Another big engagement here. The Corruptors are taking out the medevacs, which is a big deal for soO, and INnoVation is forced to retreat from this location once again. Thor's on the high ground, trying to get shots off on these Ultras, who are forced to waddle their way around from the low ground to the high ground by means of this ramp. Zerglings killing the SCV, trying to build a 6th base for INnoVation. Missile turret is toast there too. Another base by soO is coming up in the top left-hand corner. That's going to be, jeez, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th base? 7th base up here, 6th base down here by soO. He's expanding all over the place. Big time attack at INnoVation's 4th. Lings and Ultras and Corruptors trying to make sure this base never comes back, but the Marines joining the battle do manage to save the day. Fully upgraded Marines are fantastic. Marines and Marauders at this 4th base location. That's the gold for soO, and I think he's going to take it down. He has enough Marauder DPS here to probably get it. Ultralisk defending this 5th base of soO's. And the Marines and the Marauders get to get the hatchery. Yes, they get the hatchery right before they die. Excellent job by INnoVation getting that gold, but soO has a lot of bases, you guys. Many, many bases. He still has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He still has 7 bases. He's replacing his 4th to basically make 8. This is where the counting gets really, really strange. INnoVation still really wants to take a 6, but he can't. This Brood Ling is killing him. Does he not know? I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on. These players' APM is pretty great. 500 right now for soO. INnoVation sitting at around 500 himself, depending on what's going on. And yeah, still can't land this base. This might be the death of INnoVation, but he does scan and does recognize that there is a Zergling there and kill it, and then lands his command center post-haste. And he's fine. This this one's a Liberator. All right, so Liberator has 9 kills, killing Larva. She's trying to kill drones too, but the drones, oh, never mind. Drones are walking right through her circle. Ouch. Spore Crawler, Corruptor, Liberator dead, but pretty much accomplished her mission, I would say. Shut down this base, this 5th base on the right side for a while. Empty Medevac, keeping an Ultralisk up here at the, good heavens, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th? Yeah, we'll say 8th is in the top left. There is an Ultra run by here at INnoVation's 3rd base. What is happening? Wow. All right, trying to kill some of these supply depots, possibly supply blocking INnoVation, which in a game like this is going to be a pretty big deal. Can he do it? No, he keeps killing supply depots, but it's not bringing INnoVation supply down. There we go. There's the supply block. And these guys do have that full attack upgrade. INnoVation is supply blocked by about 20 supply right now. Marines, Marauders, and Thors do show up to get rid of those Ultras, those pesky, pesky Ultralisks that got into the garden. INnoVation actually not building additional supply depots to get out of this supply block, but he already has max supply. So I don't think it's really a priority for him. Another Liberator shows up at this 6th base for soO and does have 4 total kills. Corruptor was killing it for a second, that I think got F2 moved out of there. Pushing up, INnoVation up this ramp, kind of heading just in the general direction of where soO's stuff is. A lot of Liberators here. That is 10 Liberators in this army. Marines, Marauders too. Corruptor Ball, pretty fantastic though. 16, 17, 18, 19 Corruptors. Banelings rolling through here. Nice fungals on top of this bio, allowing the Ultras to chew through them. The Ultras are taking a lot of firepower though to the face. However, Liberator count falling precipitously down to 3. But still, all that's left here for INnoVation is a Marine Marauder Ball. But again, soO only has a couple Infestors, some Corruptors, couple Queens. Yeah, I don't know about this. What does he have in production? He's got more Ultralisks and more Zerglings ready to go. But in the meantime, this little hit group of INnoVations is showing up at this 7th base, down in the bottom right-hand corner, backing themselves into a corner. Make it hard to be surrounded and killed. This positioning is beautiful by INnoVation. Get some extra shots off because they're going to die anyway, but this way they don't die as quickly. Resources lost 28,000 for soO. And look at this, 28,000 for INnoVation, 22,006 for both of these players. That's disgusting how close that is. More amazing than disgusting, I would say. INnoVation here with Lings and Banes and Corruptors and Ultras. Trying to assault this 5th base of INnoVation's, 6th base rather of INnoVation's, but not going to happen. INnoVation says no. No, you are not allowed, ladies and gentlemen. Some Infestors trying to sneak on up just on the edge of where this sensor tower is detecting. Actually, no, they can't see burrowed and cloaked units, right? No, sentry towers cannot see those things, so it's okay. You can sneak around all you want, soO. Attack for soO. He's a little bit more mobile than INnoVation is. Running on up. There's a single Marine here for INnoVation. I guess trying to see if soO's going to take yet another gold base for his 9th base here. Corruptors in the sky. Ultralisks on the ground. Fungals on top of everything. Can the Ultras get rid of this ground army so the Corruptors can clean up what is left? I don't know. I don't know if they can. Oh, there are still 3 Ultras here with a handful of Lings. All the air support is gone, but doesn't really matter. There's only a single Ultralisk left. He has 9 kills, and he's a Slayer, and also he's probably going to die, and there it is. Blorp. Excellent job, INnoVation, holding there. Woo! Holding a pretty massive attack at his 4th base. Another small attack from INnoVation in the bottom right-hand corner against soO. Zerglings trying to respond. Corruptors trying to respond again. Fully upgraded Lings, pretty good. Especially if their medevac support is gone. The Terran's medevac support is gone there. Boarcrawler helping with that one pretty nicely. 1 kill on him. Another base coming up for INnoVation. It is done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6th base done. 7th base done for INnoVation. Still sitting on 8 is soO. Hasn't really gone for a 9th quite yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Did I miscount? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it's 8 with 1 more possibly coming up in the future. I don't know. I don't know if that's what we're going to see. I can't see the future. I have not ever seen this game before. Another expansion attempted by INnoVation in the bottom section of the map. There's a burrowed Zergling here. Once again, going to make it a little bit harder. There we go. There's the 9th base by soO. Gold base? Oh, and a 10th base by soO. Double expanding to gold bases here, where there are 2 Vespene geysers. These aren't those sneaky gold bases that only have 1 Vespene or no Vespene. That experiment is not present on Sky Garden. So soO is kind of just sticking with what he knows here. He's got Corruptors, he's got Ultras, he has Lings, he's got Banelings, he's got Infestors here too. Marines going after this 8th base in the bottom right-hand corner. Same thing, Marine up here going for the 9th base in the top left-hand corner. These Marines will succeed more in the bottom than they will in the top here. Yes, the top base is still alive. Marines do manage to actually kill that hatchery that was being constructed. Not even getting a cancel there was soO. Oh, another base here. What on earth? Why not? Why not another base? We'll call this the new 9th base. This one in the top left, the 8th base. Another attack coming from the bottom to the top. Spore Crawlers trying to get rid of this medevac and the Lings and Marines. Goodbye, Marines and Marauders there. Just getting overwhelmed and swarmed in that location. Another, Liberator for INnoVation up here at this 8th base. For soO. Spore Crawler replanting, pretty great actually for soO here. Yeah, another attack coming right on in. Direct attack. Banelings trying to get hits off, actually deciding to pull away. They don't like this situation at all. New 9th base under assault, but Baneling attacks and Ultralisks and Corruptors. The Corruptors are so integral to success here for soO, as he does push INnoVation back. Attack up. Oh, does take down the other gold base. Small group of Marines and Marauders attacking this 6th base of soO's in the bottom right-hand corner. Cleaning that one up too. INnoVation is everywhere, but soO's doing okay. Okay at responding. He did lose. Again, losing that 8th base was bad. Really bad. Another drop from INnoVation. Might as well get rid of this one, I suppose. I don't know. This is insane. We're going to take every single base on this map of Sky Garden, which is just huge. I mean, how many is that per player? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, like 10-ish? 11-ish? 10 or 11-ish per player, and I think we're going to get there. We're at 23 minutes into this game, and so far, so good. I mean, they were playing to a stalemate. Small attack on the right side getting discovered and cleaned up. Corruptors trying to take down a medevac or 2, and they're going to get it. They're going to get those medevacs. Medevacs killed in this game is 25. A lot of dead medevacs. Got some Zerglings trying to pick off some SCVs. SCV kills is 21 compared to 46 drones killed. So it's not been like giant major hits from anybody really, but it's consistent attacks in different places over the course of the game that has brought down that worker count for both of these players. Still sitting at 81 harvesters is soO. He's okay. Big time attack. Just marching into soO's gold base in this bottom right-hand corner, and they're going to get it. There's no defense here. Couple Marines trying to do stuff at the top left-hand corner, and there are enough Zerglings to defend, so kind of the opposite. Oh, soO kind of trying to force the issue, pushing on in, but there's enough stuff back here at this natural base of INnoVation that no, you don't get to come to my home base and do stuff like that. Marines Marauders joining here again at the 6th base. He's attacked so many times, I don't think he's ever killed it yet. When I say yet, it's because it's going to die, and there it is, picking that base off with Marines and Marauders, +3/+3, no joke. On those guys, 5 drones get killed along with their base. Single Thor, unfortunately, gets left behind and subsequently murdered Another attack in the top left-hand corner. soO losing bases, losing drones here. INnoVation knows how important it is to kill workers if possible. Gonna send a few off to maybe kill more drones, killing this base in the top left-hand corner. Big time army INnoVation's down here, getting actually headed off by soO, coming around from the left side. Corruptor's cleaning out everything in the sky. Hatchery gone, hatchery gone. That's 2 hatches killed in the space of about 10 seconds by INnoVation. So he is managing to take down the sources of income very, very nicely. Small attack here from soO. Got enough Corruptors to win the air battle, that is for sure. Does he have enough ground stuff to do this? And you know what he does? There's nothing here but missile turrets on the ground. Gonna attack into this bottom base for INnoVation. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th base for INnoVation. Likely gonna die. He needs to lift that orbital command. Another attack with Zerglings and drones actually attacking on top of these Marines and Marauders. Doing okay, but still Marines and Marauders, they do survive the assault. Feeling very, very strong there. The orbital command does lift, but it's on fire. It's likely going to die. Corruptors killing medevacs that are joining the... Where do the medevacs come from? No. Bit of a misclick there by INnoVation, possibly. And once again, in a straight-up battle, especially with the Liberators and the Thors, things going pretty well for INnoVation there. So he did lose 2 bases, which is not ideal, but he has also killed 2 bases, which is kind of exactly what you want to be doing, you know, if you ask me. Queen chasing away Liberator trying to set up shop here at the 10th base of soO. I've lost track of counting, you guys. I'm doing my best. Liberator knows she's going to die, but gets as many kills as possible. 6 total drone kills, 71 to 60 harvesters. soO has a lead, but it's not much. 75 drones have been killed so far in this game, and Zerglings running around this bottom path trying to finish stuff off. There's a Liberator here, a couple of them, but the Lings can get through because they're fast. And it's only really 1 shot at a time. The fire rate isn't that high. Trying to see, is there a base coming? There is. Oh, this is a lot of dead SCVs if they're not careful. Fully upgraded Ling DPS is no joke. Yeah, Marines and Marauders coming in here trying to stop this from happening, but losing several SCVs as they long-distance mine. The Lings are also preventing the landing of this orbital command in the bottom left-hand corner of the map too. Another... Nope, SCV is healed and saved, and the burrowed SCV is scanned and killed. Oh, I don't even know. I mean, soO's up 195 to 160 total supply, which is great, but he has lost bases. And INnoVation's compositions in a straight-up battle, he's actually done okay over the last 10 minutes or so. Another battle in the bottom right-hand corner. Corruptors, just their goal in life is killing medevacs. 34 have been killed so far. There are still 9. INnoVation's commitment to still making medevacs is admirable, but he keeps losing them too, which hurts. It really hurts. Marines trying to kill these Corruptors, but once again, they just have +1 armor, which means 3 total armor, and they're really hard to kill with Marines. Not that it's impossible, but still, you don't want to do it. Marines and Marauders cut off from the rest of their group, the rest of their battalion there. A couple of them die. The rest of them do manage to survive. They'll write a book about their experiences later on. Orbital Command trying to land down here to replace the one that died previously. Bottom left-hand corner is back for INnoVation. Banelings coming in. Ultras, Banelings trying to get some massive hits. Not really. soO retreating from this location. Marines and Marauders picking off a trailing Ultralisk as he retreats. I assume Ultralisks are dudes. Maybe it is wrong for me to assume his gender, though. soO trying to take this gold base in the bottom right-hand corner that I think has been killed twice now. Maybe this time it will be the charm. It's technically on INnoVation's side of the map, so I think that's why INnoVation has been so mad about it. Ah, INnoVation with a counterattack! Ultra's trying to get, again, Ultra versus ground, Corruptors versus air. Thor's using their single target anti-air ability on these Corruptors, but it's just not enough. There are too many of them. Single medevac remaining, small handful of Marines remaining here. 40 Lings in production with 6 Ultras in production for soO. Both players are mineral starved at this point in the game. It is crazy how mineral starved it is. Corruptors need to get rid of the Liberators. The Liberators are causing major problems, and they do. Banelings trying to get some hits off. Nice target firing out of INnoVation. Thors and Lings getting rid of a single Thor that was still up in soO's business, and INnoVation forced to retreat from this location. 191 to 133 supply. Corruptors, goodbye Liberators again. This Corruptor ball has been the MVP for soO. Getting rid of Liberators and getting rid of medevacs has been the salvation for this Zerg player. 43 medevacs have died. 42 Liberators have been killed in this game. Lings chasing up. Medevac gone. Medevac gone. Every time INnoVation makes an air unit, it just gets sniped out of the sky. He's down to nothing, and that's a good game out of INnoVation. INnoVation is defeated and soO is victorious. Ho, ho, ho. What a CBT. Ladies and gentlemen, that was sick is what that was. Look how close, too. Resources lost, exactly 51,000 and change for both players on minerals. 14,000 gas loss for soO, but 18,000 gas loss for INnoVation. That's a lot of gas loss for a Bio-Terran player. In fairness, he made a lot of Liberators and a lot of Thors. He lost 18 Thors in that game. Ended up, I mean, there wasn't much left, really, for either of these players. 12 Lings, and that's the production tab. Just kidding. What's left were 6 Marines for INnoVation. Okay, 6 Ultras, 14 Corruptors, 55 Zerglings, and a Queen left for soO there. And yeah, Corruptor Ball, 14 remaining. He lost 7. He only lost 7 of his Corruptors. His control to make sure they didn't fly over situations that instantly killed them was massive. His ability to continue to just find different angles, to pick off those medevacs, pick off those Liberators, because once those were dead, the Ling Ultra Bane was a lot more effective. And it was. And it was. Good game by soO, picking off one of the best, if not the best Terran player on planet Earth right now. I'm not sure who would disagree with that. And that's going to be it from me. So, this has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.